It's the 18th century and Britain rules the ocean.
G'day, sir. Have you ever considered a career in the Royal Navy? Oh, no way!
For an expanding navy, men were needed.
Have you ever considered a career in the Royal Navy?
Oh, no. Thank you, but I'll be alright, thanks.
There were not enough volunteers.
Have you ever considered a career in the Royal Navy? Yeah, alright. Sounds good. Oh, come this way then. Oh no, wait, did you say the Royal Navy? The Royal Navy? Oh, no thanks. Oh!
Men with ocean experience, and some without, were taken with or without notice.
Oh, I didn't see you there. Maybe you'd like a career in the Royal Navy. I'm Brian Pilchard, and I love history. Using my skills in effects, clothes, and disguises, I'm going to take you on a journey back in time for an adventure in super history! History. In this video, we're going to have a look at press gangs. And if you thought conscription was bad...
Doesn't make conscription any better, you prick.
Yeah, it's still bad. They're very similar. And we're going to see what happens if you combine fictional characters Richard Sharp and Horatio Hornblower together. You bastard! It's a mathematical certainty. Oh, yeah, no, that's not what I meant. Kill me! Kill me! Don't know if that's legal.
What I meant is we're going to have a look at Royal Navy officer Captain Quilliam.
It's going to be okay. We'll get you some counselling.
Press gangs were used by the British Navy and Army during wartime. In the early 18th century, the Royal Navy had to quickly recruit 20,000 men, and in the late 18th century, 40,000.
Oh no.
By the time of the Battle of Trafalgar in 1805, over half of the 120,000 sailors were pressed men. Press gangs would target men from 15 years old to 55 years old with seafaring experience.
Look, I think there's been some kind of a mistake. I'm just a fisherman. I have an exemption. You got an exemption there, do you, buddy? Let me have a look. You're in the Navy now, boy.
All sailors who were pressed were given the opportunity to volunteer for service. One of the benefits included higher pay, although withheld for 6 months to discourage desertion.
Yeah, sure.
The difference between volunteers and pressed men in the case of desertion is that pressed men would be returned to service and volunteers would be hung. Although life in the Navy was hard, a lot of impressed sailors preferred it to their previous lives.
You could go from having a diet of garbage to a diet of garbage.
From 1795 to 1815, a quota system was used by Britain, so each of its countries would supply a number of volunteers.
To fulfill our quota, let's give them our prisoners. What a great idea!
Press gangs were not popular and were met with resistance on land and on sea. Royal Navy ships would target homebound merchant vessels. It became such a problem for the merchant ships that they hid their best men.
People are so lazy these days. No one wants to work anymore.
When back at port, whaling ships would keep guard to avoid their sailors being pressed.
I'd say a dead cabin boy is the very least of our problems. Oh, hi kids. Yeah, just getting ready for Halloween. Going as Hagrid. Harry Potter?
They also targeted East India Company vessels. Some of these ships threatened violence on these Royal Navy vessels looking for personnel.
We want your best boys.
If the Royal Navy did take sailors from one of these ships, they would replace them with less desirable personnel, usually with a landsman. Warships needed 4 times the amount of personnel than a merchant navy ship, as they needed people to man the cannons.
Gotcha! I just love watching you frogs die. Oh. And now, a word from our sponsor.
Hello, my friends. I'm glad you are here today with me. Choice theory. What is it? It's based on the theory that you're not wrong. Rock and roll! I get some negative comments sometimes. Rock and roll! Some of it cuts deep. You can change the energy of the path that you are on with choice crystals and rocks. The crystals are currently out of stock.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I didn't know this is what you were pushing. You're gonna have to go.
Oh, yeah. No, this stuff actually works.
No, it doesn't. Alright, you're a fraud.
That stuff saved my life.
Back to the history.
The British Army also used impressment. Between 1775 and 1781, they mainly targeted the unemployed.
Thank goodness for poverty.
To avoid recruitment, people would cut off their thumb and forefinger,
Oh, Jesus!
so they couldn't use a musket or a sword.
Oh, no, don't touch that. No, mate.
Whoever they targeted, harvesters got a hard pass.
G'day, Buster! You've just earned yourself a new career in the army!
But you can't impress me. I'm a harvester.
You're a harvester and you dress like that? Yeah, right!
If I wasn't a harvester, how would I know how to do this?
Yeah! Those aren't regular hands. Those are potato hands! Sorry I bothered you, sir! Are there any homeless people we can bug?
Have you seen the new Napoleon trailer?
Oh, yeah.
I think Ridley Scott has ripped off our marketing idea. I mean, he's used the same painting. Yeah, see if you can spot the difference.
Looks pretty similar.
Great minds think alike. But if you are watching Ridley, I did notice that no one is playing Charles O'Hara in the credits. So if you like, I can come along. I've got my own costume, which might save you a bit of money on your end.
I've also got the pyramid costume. And now for the tale of John Quilliam. John Quilliam was impressed into the Navy. In a very rare case, Quilliam was risen to the officer's rank of midshipman by 1797 when he was 26 years old. He was then promoted to 3rd Lieutenant after the Battle of Camperdown. While serving on the HMS Ithalian, he received over £5,000 for participating in the capture of a 36-gun Spanish treasure ship. Quilliam was recognised by Horatio Nelson for his gallantry at the Battle of Copenhagen in 1801. Nelson then appointed him First Lieutenant on his flagship, the HMS Victory. At the Battle of Trafalgar, Quilliam developed an emergency system for steering the ship from the gun room.
Captain Hardy, what's the ship's status? Ship steering has been shot away, sir. It's down to Quilliam. My God, I think he's done it! Oh! Nelson!
After Trafalgar, Quilliam was promoted to captain and did many other things until the defeat of Napoleon. in 1815. After Napoleon's surrender, Britain was no longer at war with France. The Royal Navy's size was reduced and there was no need to use impressment. Quilliam was a rare case compared to the average impressed man.
Come on, boys! I'd like to make some money. Just awful. Well, thanks for watching the video, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel and give this video a thumbs up. Also, we have a merchandise shop, so if you want to get a t-shirt or something, this is the only shop on earth that sells them. Also, to our patrons, thank you for helping us produce this video. Thanks. Brian Pilchard here, doing the Ice Bucket Challenge, World War I edition. I was nominated by a friend. Here we go. Oh! I'd like to nominate Ridley Scott.